For years, Needham officials and educators have looked for solutions to upgrade outdated school buildings that are no longer able to meet programmatic and infrastructural needs. They also want to bring the district's 6th grade to the same campus as the 7th and 8th grades. The challenge is not only to seek community support for funding, but also to satisfy the needs of students for at least the next 50 years. Municipal Producer Yuxiao Yuan reports the progress of the school facilities project as possible solutions are on the horizon.
An assessment conducted by the consulting firm Door and Whittier Architects shows Mitchell and Pollard schools are in the most critical conditions, and there are overcrowding issues throughout elementary and middle schools.
At the elementary level, it will need at least 126 classrooms to meet the minimum requirement, but 132 would be ideal to allow for space for special education, art, and music across the district. There are 126 classrooms right now, but they include the 6 modular classrooms at Mitchell. At the middle school level, there are only 86 classrooms, but it will need 101 classrooms to meet the minimum requirement. After hearing Door and Whittier's many possible scenarios, the school committee thought the best solution is to expand Pollard to accommodate all 6th through 8th grades, build a new 3-section Mitchell, and renovate High Rock to be the district's 6th elementary school. This plan will create the largest capacity, a total of 132 classrooms at elementary schools, and build a right-sized Mitchell on its site. In addition, many district leaders agreed merging both middle schools will allow more programming opportunities and more efficient use of staff and resources. Plus, students will benefit from a bigger and more diverse community.
When you put us together in a 6th, 7th, and 8th grade community, you actually expand the community where, yes, the amount of transitions for those students is reduced. Yes, the ability to maintain relationships with adults, which is at a key time in their life, is allowed to be sustained through grades 6, 7, and 8. And you're bringing together a community of a diverse group of students who can be leaders and followers and have an opportunity to impact their school and their community in a way with more power and more voice.
High Rock has been a 6th grade only school since 2009, which was intended as a temporary solution to crowding at Pollard. But over time, in many parents' eyes, this 6th grade center has become a successful bridge between elementary and middle schools via its innovative programs. Many were worried that combining will diminish that value. While district leaders said they will continue to explore options that will allow the 6th grade program to have its own space and act as a sort of school within school. Now, how about the timeline? To ensure the plan is financially sustainable, especially not to exceed the town's debt limitations, the school committee narrowed down to 2 financing strategies.
At its meeting in April, the committee voted to send both of them to the town for further decision. Both strategies will tackle Pollard first, then Mitchell, because Mitchell students could move to High Rock while it is rebuilt. The difference lands on whether to use MSBA funding for both projects or only one. The MSBA, or the Massachusetts School Building Authority, was created in 2004 to help fund capital improvement projects in the public schools. Needham has worked with the MSBA on 3 projects in the past and received a 35% or 40% reimbursement rate. But partnering with MSBA has constraints. It will only fund one project in town at a time, and the process is time-consuming, which takes an average of 7.5 years from submitting applications to completing a project. The first proposal will seek MSBA funding for both projects, which will mean Pollard will be ready for the 2030 school year and Mitchell the 2036 school year. The total estimated cost, including High Rock renovation, is about $327 million, plus $16 million capital improvement cost, which is the necessary expenditure to maintain Pollard and Mitchell until they are ready for renovation or replacement. The second proposal will only seek MSBA partnership for the Mitchell project. which will have Pollard ready for use starting the 2029 school year and Mitchell the 2034 school year. The total estimated cost for this plan is $314 million plus $9 million capital improvement cost.
The second proposal is less expensive in total cost and is faster to resolve all issues. The first one is 2 years behind, but will likely receive more reimbursement from the MSBA. One of the items on the town officials' to-do list this fall is to choose one option to move forward with. And more community discussions will come along when design and construction come into play. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Yuxiao Yuan.